Shalom Uvracha, and welcome to Shabbos Secrets. Each week we're going to give a few short thoughts to make our practice of Shabbos a little bit deeper. So being as this is Parshas Bereshis, and the first thing that God creates is light, I wanted to share a few ideas about lighting Shabbos candles. Since the first thing that God does is bring light into the world, first thing we do when we start off Shabbos, our holy women, is bring Shabbos light into the world. I say holy women because generally we give precedence to the women. Of course, if there's no woman in the house, then the man has a mitzvah to light Shabbos candles. So the Gemara in Shabbos Daf Chaf Gimel teaches that there's an obligation to light Shabbos candles, and the simple explanation is for the sake of Shalom Bayis. Shalom Bayis means so there should be harmony in the house. So you shouldn't trip over eitz and avanim, over trees, over the furniture. That's the practical idea behind having Shabbos candles. Writes Rashi on the daf, it's not just about Shalom Bayis in a simple sense, it's about bringing the Or of Kedusha, the light of holiness. The Maharal says a regular candle brings a certain vibe, but a Shabbos light, it brings holiness into our lives. In fact, the Shlah HaKadosh, who lives here in Yerushalayim, writes that when you light the Shabbos candles, at least when the holy women light the Shabbos candles, they bring the Neshama Yisera down to the world, down into their souls, is at that moment of lighting the Shabbos candles. And there's an incredible light which happens. In fact, every mitzvah we do, as we learn in Mishnah, is Ner mitzvah v'Torah, or every mitzvah creates light. In fact, when you're doing mitzvahs, when you're learning Torah in particular, you're generally going to be filled more with energy, with emunah, with a feeling of yearning to get close to God, especially if we're doing them in a holy type of way. The Zohar writes there's one mitzvah which has an incredible extra super dose of Kedusha, and that's, of course, lighting Shabbos candles. Now we understand on a deeper level what's the Shalom Bayis. It's Shalom between our bodies and our souls. We're bringing harmony between our bodies and our souls by, in the week, there's a big fight, but when Shabbos comes into the world, both our souls and bodies are raised to a higher level, and there's a certain harmony that we find, which leads us into Shalom Aleichem, and that Shalom Bayis comes into the world when we're lighting that Shabbos candles. So whether you have the zchus to light the Shabbos candles or just be present and look at the candles, should this Shabbos, Bezrat Hashem, be more aware of the holiness which they bring into our lives, and hopefully that will make our Shabbos candles a little bit more special. Bezrat Hashem, we'll do part 2 of Shabbos candles next week. In the meantime, everyone should have a beautiful Shabbos. Good Shabbos.